Oh, right. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Grim Reaper. And boy, does he have his work cut out for him in this one. He's going to be going up against a very experienced pro gamer. Down here in the bottom left, this is Grim Reaper, representing cheesy British douchebag Protosses everywhere. His opponent in the top right, hailing from Mexico, and this is a player who is, I think, one of the most criminally underrated pro gamers out there. Number 2 player in Mexico, of course, behind Special. But he's actually just moved to Korea recently and is so good right now. He keeps beating top pro gamers in all the online cups. All the Korean players are really starting to respect him. And at the time of this match, he was 6,400 MMR, I believe, on the EU ladder. This is Cham. I think this would be EU. It could be NA, since Cham is often number 1 on the North American ladder. Obviously not as competitive a ladder, but definitely one you gotta watch out for. What? This is his first... What is this? Normally, I mean, gate into Forge is not entirely uncommon, but normally you'd already have a probe over there, and you'd go gate, gas, Forge, and then you'd kind of start cannon rush pylons, doing the pylons at the same time as you build the cybercore. So Grim's, but he looks like he's almost poised to build a Nexus here. Well, what is this? This is fascinating. Or maybe a cybercore? Uh-oh, Cham sees. I mean, Cham should know who he's up against. Oh, this is a really good position as well, because you can actually potentially then even do cannons on the high ground. It's an awkward spot. A lovely 3 pylon wall off here and lots of space for putting 1, 2, maybe 3 cannons back there. Cybercore goes down behind it as well. So Grimmy, I think, is... Oh, he already gets the hatch cancel. So I think with only 1 drone there, you can cancel this pylon. Yeah. Cancels it, and is like, you know what? This is not a threat at all, because you've only got 1 drone down here. Cannon, pylon, and he's going to go straight into a robo. I think he's just going to immediately build a... Yeah, he cancels the other pylon, gets most of the money back. So Cham's going to go for the 3rd, second gas, Roach Warren. Grimmy gets in there just before any Zerglings could have been popping, sees the second gas, and he says, okay, you're going Roaches. I don't even need to see the Roach Warren. That's the only reason you'd go double gas. Immediately gets rid of that cannon because it's too exposed for just getting killed from the high ground. Puts the robo down, 2 shield batteries in these cannons. Now that cannon can still get biled pretty easily, so I think we'll probably see a pylon here. Okay, so the funny thing about this pylon is that doesn't power the robo. So if he loses that pylon, that's depowered. I think Grimmy may have had a bit of an oversight there. He's on 22 workers right now. Is he going to build a cannon down here? Ah, he's thinking about it. Maybe build it right underneath. I would have built it there, just to hope Cham's not looking and maybe you get an Overlord kill. This might be close enough if Cham doesn't move it until the cannon starts firing. Of course, the Overlord will run away on its own if it's getting hit. 3 Roaches on the way as well as a Spine Crawler. But look at that, 3 cannons, 3 batteries. And their job is, obviously they'll die for free. Ravager's Bile can take it down from out of range. But once you get an Immortal out and then a Warp Prism, oh, it's so costly to engage into this as Cham. And Cham's not looking. Dude, I think that might still die. It's going to take 11 shots to kill it because of regeneration. Oh, no, it gets out. That's why I would have built it right underneath, just to get the kill. Just 2 more shots, or 3 more shots, you kill that. So, I think a slight missed opportunity for Grimmy, who is obviously assuming Cham would have pulled it away. So he's like, well, that's dumb. I want the cannon to protect the wall. I don't want to look for a lucky Overlord snipe. He would have got it, though, so a missed opportunity, always a bummer. Ooh, Spine Crawler comes down, but the Immortal does so much damage to those armored units. He focuses the Spine and then the Roach Warren, you'll notice, with the Immortal. Ravagers and Queens, neither of those are armored. So the Immortal only does 20 damage a shot to them, whereas it does 50 to Roaches and Spine Crawlers and buildings. 1 cannon does fall. That means there's only 2 cannons left. But as he goes down to get in range, you notice he has to kind of funnel into the ram. So definitely a little awkward. Now that Prism, when it comes out, it provides high ground vision, and then he can get another Immortal started. Oh, he cancelled the Prism and built a 2nd Immortal instead. Oh, he actually just went for the damage output. Wow. Now, there are a few Zerglings building, but there's no Ling speed, remember. So this is going to be just Lings, just to add a bit of extra stuff to come from the back. But they're going a little bit close. Bit of a mistake from Cham. Oh, no, he's going to go for it. He's going to go for it. Oh, he's going for the Biles there, trying to take down. If he can actually get outside, this might work out. He's got to click those 2 batteries, though. Those 2 batteries, oh, they do go down, as does that cannon. There's only 1 cannon, 2 Immortals left. There's not much healing. There's no healing left, in fact. Dude, that cannon's going to go down. 1 more battery's about to finish on the left. He's got to focus that battery. Does Cham. Cham's going to take it down. That battery goes down. These Immortals get a little bit of healing before it dies. More Ravagers and Slow Zerglings coming in. Slow Zerglings will take 2 Immortal shots each to die for a very cheap unit. Dude, this is almost, if he can depower this, Cham wins this game. If Cham takes this down, dude, that prism is so close to dying, but there's no more queens, no more anti-air. These pylons are going down. If he can get a next immortal out, though, that changes everything. Cham, though, is going to depower it. He's going to depower it, but the prism could repower it, though. Prism repowers the batteries right now, but that puts it in vulnerable state for the corrosive pile. Oh, he tries to get the red hit point Ravager, but it's looking okay right now. Another pylon on the left does get up temporarily, but that means that immortal has to get cancelled right now. Oh, he's going to go for a Nexus. Grimmy's like, you know what? I think I've done enough damage. Because he's still got the 2 immortals in the Warp Prism. He doesn't overcommit to defending that. And he says, well, you're actually on a really low economy. Yeah, you've got 2 bases, but what are you going to do with it? And he's ignoring the Zerglings and just focusing on the hatchery. No, but then he changes his mind. I would have liked to see him double down there or immediately swap to target the Zerglings. Oh, Cham, pull back, Cham. Cham. Oh, his units bug out there and headbutt. He's going to send 4 Ravagers across. So the idea is he wants to pull this home. He's defending with just the slow Zerglings and Roaches at home because he lost a few too many of them and he's got no Queens right now. Dude, he's in trouble. These Immortals could just kill these Zerglings all day. The Ravagers are trying to force him home, but he's building extra cannons and batteries, and that's going to buy him time. It means his Immortals could stay on the other side of the map. He pulls home. I actually would argue that's a mistake. I think he could have hung out here for a bit longer, but actually with only 1 cannon. Okay, fair enough. This is the safe way to play it. Accidentally leaves his Immortals inside the main. 21 kills on one, 10 on the other. Dude. He's only lost buildings and 1 probe, whereas he's killed 26 Zerglings, 4 Roaches, 4 Ravagers, 2 Queens, and a Spine. Cham now building Ling Speed, building Queens. I think if Cham macros up, he's got this. But you can see he kind of wants to be aggressive and take advantage of the fact that Grimmy's so low on units. Grimmy's going to try and just drop, pick up. He's got a Void Ray almost out, though. Cham has not seen the Stargate. Oh, Cham doesn't know about that. He will take out the Forge and the Gateway, but he's got to leave. That Void Ray is going to... Oh, this is going to cost him, man. Dude, Cham's got to run away. He's trying to get the Void Ray. Grimmy almost loses it. Oh my god, he gets clipped by, I think that was 3 of the corrosive biles hit him there. Doing 180 damage. Oh my god, that's very painful. Oh my god. Forge and Twilight's on the way now for Grimmy though. So he's going to go Void Ray Charge Zealot, I believe. I think if Grimmy goes for a 3rd base now, he's actually going to scale up probably faster than Cham can. Because Cham... only 30 drones. They're all on minerals right now. He's trying to build Queens to deal with the Void Rays, but he's got to be careful about the Immortals as well. Loses an Overlord there. Does have some Zergling spotters out, which is nice. Queen can actually kill that Prism incredibly quickly. I mean, yeah, the Immortals will kill it fast as well. But look at that. That Immortal's going to die. Ooh, great micro by Cham. Really showing the caliber of player that he is. And that bile spread says, leave, dickhead. Another Queen is out here. Creep spreading out. Lots of Queens for defense and lots of drones, plus adding Ling Speed to deal with things like Immortals as well. And this all seems great for Cham. The question is, does he realize that charge and +1 is on the way? Because 2 gateways being rebuilt, that's a hard wall though. Oh, that's a really noob move. Why is Grim doing... Oh, this is such a noob way of playing it. This is exactly what... I love Grimmy, guys, but this is like I said, if he takes a 3rd here, it really sells the story. And it actually allows him to scale up to a 3-base charge load attack, which is infinitely stronger. But once a cheeser, always a cheeser. Grimmy's just denying scouting here. For some reason, he's left his Immortal on the Watchtower, which is a crazy risk. That could die so easily to Zerglings. I would absolutely run a bunch of Ravagerling at that. He does bring the Prism back to save it. But yeah, Cham should realize now, wait a second, you're not taking a 3rd. If I just mass Roaches, I think I'm okay. And he's still building Void Rays and Zealots, but the problem is, he's only got 5 gateways, and he's just warping them in at home. I mean, he can warp them in off the Prism when he does decide to attack, but where's the 6th, 7th, 8th gateway, right? You should be up on 8 gateways, not 5. So this is a Grimmy showing his deep understanding of how the economy works in StarCraft 2. Doing a 5-gate, 2-base all-in. You could support 8 or 9 gateways of Zealots here, Grimmy. I love that I'm shitting on him so much because Grimmy's the nicest guy. I love him. He's awesome. He's smart. He's got great cheeses. But it's fascinating to see when you get a player that's this cheesy, what they do in the next stages of the game. I mean, he's building Void Rays non-stop, so I guess if you non-stop chrono Void Rays, you can't support that many gateways, but why are you non-stop chronoing Void Rays? This only works if he can actually get on top and kill everything. Now, Cham with a very nice wall off here is going to funnel these units. Oh, look at that. Is he being too fancy, though, is Cham? Does he actually have enough raw Roach Ravager? He doesn't plug the gap! Cham doesn't plug the gap. The Zealots just charge right through. Ah, the wall off. Not really worth it there. The Queens, though, still more than a match for this. I think Cham's done it. Yeah. This is what I'm talking about. It was Cham just kept scouting the lack of a third base with the Zerglings. He just said 50 drones is more than enough. It's a little more than 2 base economy. I just need to survive. You're all in attack. The Zealots are getting on the Queens, though. Uh-oh, the Zealots are getting on the Queens. He's got to focus fire. The Void Rays does Cham. That's what Grimmy's banking on here. If he can focus down those Queens, that's where he's going to be able to do it. Now, he's still got that 1 Immortal from the start of this game. But, yeah, I mean, rallying Void Rays across just seems so silly. Because it's such a slow way of reinforcing. The Queens are in the open! Cham! Cham thought he held it. He went back to droning. And he leaves his Queens unescorted. No! This is such a stupid way to lose the game. Cham hates himself right now. He defended everything. And then he got cocky and went back to droning. He's building 3 Queens, but he doesn't even have spores to fall back on. There's 5 Void Rays there. His units are all going to be just split up and apart. Oh my god, look at that. He does lose the Void Ray, but he gets the Queens. Oh my god. And look, he's going to warp in another bunch of Zealots. These Queens, there's no way they can get their anti-air. The whole strength of any sort of Void Ray Zealot all in is if you ever get rid of the initial Queens, they're screwed because you're in between their rallies, and Queens are naturally very slow. Plus, even as you try to move them up, and you can avoid the Void Rays, you can't avoid the Zealots. Now, Cham wisely goes for a Roach Ravager counterattack and forces the recall home as a desperate move, and it's a wise move, because if Cham quickly gets his Queens back up now behind this, maybe he can do something here. But these Void Rays are pretty quick these days, and there's 5 of them out. Make that 6. He's got Zealots as well, and at least some of these Roaches and Ravagers will die on the way home. Roach speed is coming down. Not the greatest biles there. It does land 1 of them on just a single Void Ray. But the Zealot's going over as well. The Void Rays are causing big trouble. I don't think he needed to recall his Void Rays. I really think he should have gone for the Throat and just relied on Void Rays popping out at home to deal with it and gone full base trade. As it is, though, that's still not a lot of anti-air, dude. He's got to move these spores up. 2 in the main. Oh, Grimmy says, fuck you, dickhead. Rotates into the main base, you cheesy mastermind. 6 Void Rays, 4 Zealots in the main base. And, oh, he's just going to click the hatchery and leave. Yeah, he's like, look, I'm not even going to stand and fight. I'm just going to kill the hatch, grab a Queen, and back right off. Now, unfortunately, he did lose his Immortal a little bit earlier in this. And now it is just Zealots and Void Rays. He's got a 3rd on the way, though. He's going to add an armor upgrade and Templar Archives because you can see his gas is banking up. Even though he's only on 2 gas guys, his minerals is pretty low here, which is why he needs this 3rd. He's going to go to 8 gates. And he's stopped Void Rays, but he's still got the initial 6, which have done so much, and they're probably going to continue to in this map. Now, those Zerglings could actually run in the main and do big damage. The 3rd's very well defended, though. There's 5 Zealots there. And Cham, I mean, you don't really want to run past the cannons in the natural. It's very risky. Void Rays run forward. Ooh, good pullbacks and transfuses on the Queens as well as corrosive bars. Ling's getting surrounds on just a handful of Zealots. Remember, these Zealots have +1, so they 2-shot Zerglings. Makes them a lot more efficient than they otherwise would be. And look at the way he's just rotating. I love the way the Prism joins with this. So Void Rays are already annoying to deal with slow Queens. But then if the Queens ever get caught out, they get Zealots dropped on them as well. And that's just a real pain in the butt. Not the best micro from Grimmy, though. His Zealots do end up getting dropped off on a one-way trip. They kill a Ravager, which is, it's a gas unit, which is something. 3rd base is now up. Grimmy not probing behind this, though. I really feel he's got so much control with the Void Rays. This is the point where you could just probe up your 3rd, take a 4th, continue. But he is, you know, he's not quite Printf levels of 1 base or die trying, but Grimmy is all about, I want to stab you. And you're like, what? And he's like, I want to stab you. And he announces it loud and proud. That Spore Crawler goes down. Queens in the open. The unit's out of position. And once again, the Queens get caught by the Zealots. The Void Rays annihilate unsupported Spore Crawlers. And, oh, Cham. He's got some more spores to fall back on, so he might be able to do this. Where the fuck is the rest of his Roach traffic? The Roaches are not coming home. He needs those Roaches at home. Without them, the Void Rays will reign supreme because the Zealots and the Archons are a bit too much. He's trying to fight an Archon with drones right now. Oh my god, the Archon is just blasting their faces off. Void Rays are doing very well. The Roaches are going to hit the 3rd base here. And he's going to recall something. I don't know what he's recalling right now. It's a pack of Zealots, which is not really enough to deal with that many Roaches, but Definitely you need to micro the roaches to make sure they actually do okay. Dude, if he gets this base, it's probably just game. Cham has already taken so much economic damage. The Void Ray's chasing the queens. The Spores try to reposition. This is such a shit show. And once again, it's the Prism, this time with an Archon and the Void Rays. Oh, the Void Rays. He should focus those roaches down. But he actually ends up using it to lure a queen out of position. And there's creep everywhere. So Cham will be able to see him rotating if he does that dive on the main again. But Cham's economy bruised. It's bleeding right now. Cham has a lot of drones, but I don't think that really matters because Grimmy has the third mineral line open. He's transferring workers. He should transfer even more. His main is completely mined out. And that is so many zealots. 21 zealots, 5 Void Rays and Archon. There's only 20 roaches out right now. 2 queens, 3 on the way. The zealots are just going to overwhelm this. They've got 1-1 upgrades versus 1-1 upgrades right now. God damn, that's a lot of zealots. Look at them go around. And the Void Rays, nice micro, pulling back the Reddit point ones, taking down these queens and spores. The roaches just get surrounded. And Grimmy, what a shit show. Manages to take down Cham there. It's the Proxy Immortals off the back of the Cannon Rush into the Void Rays, into the Zealots, into the... Why are you still building Void Rays? Oh, that's why. His whole plan was always to find the queens and then just say, haha, you don't have any anti-air. Once he got those first queens out of position, he did it so well. GG, well played, Grimmy.